Good morning, friends. My name's Justin. Welcome to my channel. I play guitar on songs in Nashville. Today, I got a song here. I'm finishing this up. I need to play a 4-bar solo. So I thought it would be cool to revisit one of my favorite settings for my old Deluxe Reverb. That's where I have the volume and the treble completely cranked and the bass just all the way off. And you'd be really surprised to hear that this sounds really great. It's like the best guitar solo, like sustainy but articulate guitar solo tone. It's just so awesome. And I know that most people are in situations where they can't just crank a Deluxe Reverb. I'm running mine to an extension cab in a different room. That's why it's not blowing my head off behind me. That extension cab, by the way, if you're new here, is my trusty Morgan 112 open back cab with a Warehouse ET65 speaker. And I've got a Heil PR30 microphone on it that I'm running into my Chandler TG2, straight into my Apollo Twin, into Pro Tools. So, also, I want to give a shout out to my friend Marty at MacMillan Guitars. He builds guitars, and they're fantastic. I don't own any of them, but he's also set up a ton of my guitars. And when you find a good setup guy, you want to tell people about it. Marty out in Mount Juliet at MacMillan Guitars. It's kind of the dude. And he didn't put me up to this. He's not paying me or anything to say that. I just want to share the love, you know? So if you're in the area, or if you're coming into the area, you know, you can find him, macmillanguitars.com. I think it's .com. I'll put a link in the description. So anyway, let's get on this song. I'm going to play a solo with these amp settings on 3 different guitars. I'm going to start with my 55 Tele, the Biscuit. I'm going to go to a Goldtop Les Paul. That's my reissue. It's like a 2005 or something. It's a Wildwood guitar. I actually sold that Goldtop and got it back from Michael Britt of Lone Star. It was pretty funny. He was really into it and played it for a while, and I almost bought a 52 Goldtop from another guitar player in town who I won't name, but he backed out of the deal after I sold a bunch of stuff to make that deal happen. And I guess I'm still a little salty about that. So I ended up calling Michael Britt back later on, like months later, and was like, hey, you still got that Goldtop? He goes, yeah, you want it back? Sold it back to me for exactly what he paid for it, and it's just such a great guitar. So, and then number 3, the third guitar I'm going to use is my 69 Les Paul Custom that I got from Uncle Larry. That is just a fantastic guitar. So a Tele and 2 Les Pauls. And I also have some t-shirt designs that I would be thrilled if you guys would support the channel and buy a t-shirt. One of them is the infamous opening line, I got a song here. You know, people have been asking for it, so there you go. And then the other one, I came up with this design that is basically these settings on the volume, treble, and bass of a Deluxe Reverb on the vibrato channel. And I think the design's cool, and it says, if you know, you know. So that's going to be a limited shirt. I'll probably do, I don't know why I have all these ideas for designs for shirts and stuff, but you know, it would help a lot. So I'm going to buy one. I'll be rocking my own merch on the channel. I'm not scared. So anyway, let's get to this this solo. It's a short solo pop country song. And I'm just looking for like power, melodic, you know, melodic power guitar solo, you know. So I'm going to start with the Biscuit. And I'm going to do what I always do when I'm playing guitar on the channel. I don't want the sound of my monitors to bleed into my little microphone here. So I mute the monitors and I listen on cans. That's just kind of my thing. It's like if I'm recording guitar, I want cans on. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's a security blanket thing, but I've just gotten really used to the way these sound. And even though they're not super comfortable, they really grip your head, and they'll make your ears sweat if the room is warm at all that you're in. they protect my hearing. And I have so many session brothers who have been in this line of work for decades longer than I have, and their hearing is shot. And I feel so bad for them, you know. I don't think there was a lot of awareness of just what long-term effects could be, you know, from loud studio cans. You can tell when you're at a concert and you're like standing next to a ride cymbal and it's going nuts, but when it's these really small drivers that are right next to your ears, you can do damage without it feeling like you're doing damage. And so I'm just really paranoid about it. So I love these because they isolate so well. GK Ultraphones, gk-music.com. And again, I don't have any sort of deal or relationship with him. He doesn't do artist pricing or anything. I've got 2 sets that I paid full price for, and you know, I have to clean the padded cups on the sides because sometimes the sweat kind of, it'll get a little crusty, and that's gross. But you know what? I go to sleep without tinnitus, and I am beyond thankful for that. So I just listen really quietly. Enough of me jibber jabbering. Let's play a solo here. I'm gonna check my tuning first. Okay, so what you're hearing is all amp overdrive. That is it. It is just the amp. I have no overdrive or boost or EQ pedals on at all. I have a delay from the Strymon timeline, and contrary to popular belief, you can run a delay into a completely cranked amp. And you just got to be really careful with your mix setting, you know. So I have it set pretty low. The mix on my timeline is about 9 o'clock. And then I have the feedback up, so it kind of creates this wash of a bed, you know. You can kind of hear it just sort of taper off there or whatever. So here we go. Here comes this 4-bar solo. And I'll switch guitars and do this twice more. I might start each one on the neck pickup and then move to the bridge pickup, just see how that develops. The neck pickup is significantly quieter on this guitar. Like the bridge pickup is just amazing, worth the price of admission. The neck pickup is just quieter. It's just quieter. I haven't touched the height, pickup height or anything, and I'm a little nervous too because of how awesome it sounds. I don't want to change a single thing. It still has the original vintage wiring, you know. And if you saw my video about this guitar, I had a very pleasant surprise waiting for me when I opened the control cavity. You know, the original piece of masking tape that the final assembly lady Gloria had signed when she did her final inspection and okayed the guitar. And it's dated 2/16/55. That's amazing. I think that's so cool. All right, again, talking way too much. I'm going to record enable my track, and here we go. Man, that's cool. I like that. So you probably noticed a pretty big volume jump when I went from the neck pickup to the bridge pickup. Maybe I will mess with the pickups on this a little bit. I love when the neck is a little bit quieter on a Tele, how it makes the middle position sound when the bridge is a bit louder, you know? That's super cool. But I also love a big, bold Tele neck pickup. This one's super mellow and sounds amazing, clean. I feel like most people want their Tele neck pickups to sound like a Strat neck pickup. And I don't want to do that because I've got a Strat, right? I'm trying to have things that don't overlap a ton. I have all these tools in my toolbox with all these tons of guitars I have. Speaking of other guitars, why don't I switch guitars and play this solo again? Let's grab the Goldtop. Again, just the amp with a little bit of delay. And there's actually a little bit of reverb on as well. You can hear it. And that's in the amp. That's the onboard spring reverb. So, all right, new solo, Goldtop. Here we go. Absolute favorite settings on a Deluxe Reverb. Neck pickup to bridge pickup on the Goldtop. So that was cool. I think that one got most of the way there. But what I want you to listen for, if you back it up and listen to the end of it, it got really quiet. Like, the amp is wide open, and I've got this nice compressed, sustained tone that's still articulate, but it's not compressed in the way that like a cranked pedal compressor or something is going to even out all the dynamics. The end of that solo, I went up for kind of a quieter, something a little quieter toward the end of it. Maybe that bend was even quieter, and it responded, you know? It's not forcing me into this like dynamic range, you know? So, man, extremely cool. It's like this setting on this amp, and by the way, this works for a Deluxe Reverb, Princeton Reverb, Vibrolux Reverb, Pro Reverb. I've done it on a Bassman, AB165 Bassman. I've done it on my 6G6B Bassman. It's the 60s and 70s Fender amps that were built for cleans that it doesn't quite work as well on, like a Twin or a Showman or a Dual Showman. Bandmasters, it works on those, you know. I would love to get an early 60s brown panel Fender Deluxe or Princeton. Those are super cool amps. I'd love to try it on that. I would think that it does work on that because it works so well on my Bassman, and those are very similar architecture. So let's grab the Les Paul Custom. It just sounds awesome. I love it. So this is my 69 Les Paul Custom. Totally original, except for like one pot. One of the tone pots is not original. Original unbroken solder joints on the old pickups here. They're incredible. And the thing that's a little bit different about this from like a standard, Les Paul standard or a burst, is that the neck, the fretboard is ebony instead of mahogany. And so it's almost got a faster, slightly brighter feel. I think it's similar to maple on a Tele, like a rosewood Tele versus a maple neck Tele. This has a similar contrast to a mahogany fretboard Les Paul. So it's still got the big Les Paul Kerrang, but it's just super articulate, and you'll hear it on the neck pickup. So new playlist, new solo, here we go. I mean, ultra articulate, you know, on these. These are, in all likelihood, they're T-tops, but they have gold covers on them, you know. I don't remember what it says on the bottoms of the pickups, but for a T-tops, I think to confirm T-tops, you have to take the covers off and see that there's actually the T mark on the bobbins. But it's not too unheard of to find pre-T-top patent sticker pickups, which I generally think of as patent sticker PAFs, from like 62 to 64 or something. It's not uncommon to find those in later 60s Les Paul Customs, ES355s, the guitars that got the gold pickups. They didn't use the gold ones enough, so the piles, like the parts boxes, stayed fuller with earlier made pickups for longer, you know? So I bet they're T-tops. I should put a meter on them and just see. I love the way they sound. I mean, just bright, and that's with the original nylon saddles even, you know? I think I said in the video I did on this guitar that I put a bridge on it that had nickel saddles, a Tone Pros bridge, and it definitely got a little more oomph to it, but it also got a little more metallic, the tone. So I went back to the original. Here's that same thing on the neck pickup. Delay's getting a little bit obnoxious with rhythm playing. That's a pet peeve of mine. Like, turn the delay off when you're playing rhythm guitar. It's gonna punch, and the reverb too. Like, listen. You can hear the reverb there, right? I'm gonna reach back and turn the reverb off. Now, imagine in a mix. Man, it's just so much better. It just smacks you in the face with no. It doesn't sound like it's coming out of a cave, like it can when you get a reverb on it. Anyway, hope you all have a really great day. Check out my t-shirts. I will see you later. Bye.